Hello guys, my name is Silk and today we are playing Battlefield 4 and guys, this is an amazing game. So if you can pick this game up firstly, I would highly recommend it. It is much more fun than Battlefield 5 has ever been really. It's just a really well polished game. There is almost nothing really like totally wrong with it and broken. There are some things I don't like, but I mean the game is really good. So today we're in BF4 and I'm going to be going on a bit of a kill streak in the Q5 Phantom attack jet. And this is my favourite vehicle in the game by far. I've used this thing for many kills and been on some huge kill streaks with it. And it's just such a fun vehicle to use. And the loadout we're using today will be the Hydra rockets as a secondary, the ECM jammer as the countermeasures, and I'm using the stealth coating, I believe, as the tertiary third perk, whatever you want to call it. And the reason I'm using these is pretty much for the Hydra rockets, I can use them against aircraft, as you've seen here, and they're really good against infantry. I can also use them against small, like, attack crafts like the rid boats, and I can use them against jet skis really well. And that's one of the main weaknesses of the JDAMs in my opinion. I'm a pretty decent JDAM user, but I don't really get to kill many jet skis with JDAMs. It is just something that, unless you play a lot of Paracel, it takes some practice to do. So yeah, we're going to be using the Hydra rockets here just because that makes it so much easier to kill a jet ski. It's like 5 of them kill a jet ski and maybe all of them kill the rid boat, and they can still deal with the attack boats quite well. The only thing that it can't really deal with too well is the AA, but for a lot of this game I think our team actually has the AA because, as you can see, this game is exactly what can happen if you run the attack jet on Paracel Storm. I think it's almost too strong on this map. It is absolutely insane if you can use it right. So here we're just going for infantry with the Hydra rockets, and this is exactly why I like them. With the JDAMs, you'd be forced to kind of go in with the cannons first, try to get them with that, and then you can try to follow it up with a JDAM. And JDAMs are often absorbed by like random materials and stuff, and if you don't hit them pretty much dead on, you're not going to get the kill. So the JDAM will not be that effective against infantry compared to the Hydra rockets, where you can pretty much just shoot 5 or 6 of them and you'll always get the kill, so it's really strong. Now the dogfighting in this game is also amazing. It's so easy to defend against the pilot that you're better than, so this guy starts on my 6 pretty much, but I mean it's a matter of seconds until I'm back on his 6 and we're able to get the kill. Now, a stealth jet is harder to kill, and the stealth jet is the main counter here, so I'm trying a lot harder with this. So, using my rear cam to check where he's going, making sure my speed control's about right, and I'm just cutting him every single time, because I know exactly what he's going to do. And the kill should come through pretty soon. I mean, this guy hasn't got great speed control. If he did, I wouldn't be getting these free angles here, and we managed to get a kill there. So I'm going to head back down, and what I usually do with these Hydra rockets is I don't always fire them all. I'll usually fire like 4 to 6 of them and then switch to my cannons while holding down the mouse button. And that makes an instant transition and the damage just keeps pouring in. And you can do a lot of damage per second with these. So as you can see, like fire my Hydras and then switch straight to cannon. And there you go, the boat's dead. Very quick, and we're about 2 minutes into the game, maybe 3 minutes, and we already have 23 kills. So this is an insane game, guys. If you fly the attack jet, you know this is a lot of kills. And man, the kill streak is just going to go on and on here. So the main thing that you have to worry about in the attack jet is, I mean, it's the jets. The main jet, if you're a good dogfighter, is the stealth jet. The attack jet is a 1v1, so you can win that. But the stealth jet, there's almost no way to beat a really good stealth jet pilot. And there's a weapon in the game called the passive radar missile, which I'll show you guys a bit later, because one of the players does whip them out against me. But they are very strong against jets. You have to be super careful against them, and the boat can have them, and the AA can have them too. So there's a lot of vehicles that can actually equip these passives, and they're very deadly. You have to know what to look for, and if you don't, you're going to get killed quick. Now we have the stealth jet coming back in here. I mean, oblivious pilots like this are just very easy to make quick work of, but if there's a good player in the stealth jet, you're pretty much dead. There's not much you can do about it. So there we just get the boat, and I like to try to keep my strafes very continuous, so I've already spotted the next target often before I finish my first one, and I can just chain lots of kills together, and this boat is going to be no exception to that. He's going to park it up on the dock here, and I'm just going to go and go rocket pods, and this is exactly why I like this setup. With the JDAMs, you have to go in with the cannons first, and you could probably get it with the cannons there, but then you have to hit the JDAM. And by the time you go for the JDAM, they may have bailed out the boat. Maybe something would clip the JDAM and you wouldn't have got the kills. Whereas with the Hydra rockets, you point and shoot. It's very simple. Now, where I will use the JDAM is maps that have like tanks and stuff like that. So maybe like Goldmud Railway, I'll always use the JDAM. And sometimes on like even Hainan, I'll use it because a lot of the infantry is pretty grouped up and it's pretty predictable. So you can use JDAMs on those. Whereas the labs are much easier to deal with the JDAMs as well. So that's pretty much it. Aside from any map that has an AA besides Paracel, I'll also pick the JDAM because it makes it so easy to deal with AAs. But luckily this game, I mean, our team is almost all capping them the whole time, so we are destroying, and they don't have the AA. The AA is ours, and we're just going to keep them in spawn here. We have a guy on our team asking them to give them some objectives, but that's just not happening. I see these guys sniping on here, and I know I've been locked from the carrier, so I'm just deciding to take it into my own hands and get them off the carrier. We had the attack jet there as well, and I was kind of spooked of him, but I don't think it'll be a problem. Our stop jet seems to be dealing with it. And I see a boat here, and honestly boats are such easy kills, but infantry is even easier. And I figure the boat's going to get knocked out by some other stuff anyway, so I'll come back around for it. So TV hit him, that's another 35 damage off him. I probably put 20 damage, so maybe 50 health plus whatever else people are doing to him. He should be a pretty quick kill. There you go. And there's another infantry on the carrier, and I'm just going to dodge out behind the carrier to avoid the AA. Another big thing in the attack jet is just knowing how to use cover to avoid stuff. So for example, on Hydra Resort, I've got some gameplay on that coming out soon, but you often use the building to dodge stingers from almost everywhere, and you can also use the building on D-Flag, the ship, you can use that to dodge stingers. So it's like a lot of that kind of stuff, and on this map, the main ones I use are the tower near B. I sometimes will use that to dodge a stinger, and I will also use the carrier when I'm in their spawn. So I don't know what I was shooting at there, but it didn't really get many kills, and I was kind of disappointed. I thought it'd be at least like a equipment destroyed or maybe a sniper kill, but it wasn't. And here's a jet ski with 2 people on it, and that's exactly why I use the Hydras. It's just so simple, and especially when I know on Paracel I'm going to be base raping, it's good to have it. And as you can see there, this guy is saying that he's going to switch to their team pretty much and use the F-35 against me. So from this point onwards, I've kind of been a bit more wary. I didn't get many kills in the last few minutes, so I cut it out. And we're going to keep flying. And I see the F-35 up on my radar for a split second, so what I'm doing is I'm flying under radar. And that means that his passives won't lock onto me. And as you can see right there, I spot the passives. So as soon as I see that, I put my nose towards the ground, and I make sure that he can't get them locked on, because they will do 88 damage if they hit. Maybe it's less, I don't know, it's something around there. And I'm going to turn around as soon as I spot him up, so the base A can start working at him, and we're going to start the dogfight. This guy is a good pilot, so I have to really use everything to my advantage. So rear cam here, switching towards him, and trying to keep him pretty much over the base A at all times. Now there, I try to wig him out a little bit. I'm going to give him a shot here, but the idea is that in, not this one, but in the next loop, I should be able to get him spotted up and near the AA. So right here, spam Q, get him spotted, and the AA is going to do another probably 20-30 damage. And I spot him going up, so I'm going to scoop back down, cut him perfectly here, and that's a kill. So that's a really good stealth jet pilot I just played against, and you can get it done, but you have to be really crafty with the base A, and it's not always about going 313. Sometimes you want to mess with your speed a bit so they overshoot you, do unpredictable stuff. But as you said in the chat, pretty much in the meantime, he has let their team push out of spawn. So we have to get back onto it, we have to put them back in spawn where they belong, and we're going to keep doing that with this attack jet. So flying back up, we're just going to look at the map, and I haven't really spotted too much. I see guys on the carrier though, and I'm going to try spam Q there, didn't really see anything. But of course the carrier does have people on it, and the boats should spawn pretty soon. And there you go, the boat spawned, he's shot a TV, so he's legal to be killed. And we're just going to rinse him down with the cannons. I see some infantry on the carrier too, so I mean I could go back and get it. May or may not be worth it. I think this root boat should be an easier kill, especially since he's heading towards shore. And there you go, that's 2 or 3 more. Now we're going to look back towards the spawn again. There are guys on the carrier at pretty much all times, so I do like to shoot near this base A and try to get kills there. And we see the attack jet there as well, so I think he's going to shoot a TV missile. Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, if you shoot a TV missile that low, you're just going to get killed with that. It's such an easy kill. And we see another red boat here, so I mean this is why I use the Hydras really. They're so adaptable to whatever you're shooting at. I mean even if there's a heli up, as you're about to see here, I only had 4 Hydras left in this reload. I could have done it again there, but 4 Hydras against a heli, there you go, dead. It's not full health heli, but I mean it's pretty easy kill still. And as you can see, there's a scout heli over E. They're really hard to kill, so I'm just gonna go for this little jet ski, that's what they're called, jet skis. And yeah, we see the other attack jet coming out. I think he's going to get killed pretty quick, and there you go, he's dead. So our wingman's been doing a pretty good job here, so I've let a little bit of the stress off, and I'm not really focusing as much on the stealth jet. And as you'll see later, I really should. The stealth jet is always the priority, and those things are absolutely insane. So when you have a good stealth jet pilot on the other team, that's all you have to think about. You have to make sure that they get nothing onto you. No sneaks, they don't get behind you, and you control where you have the fight. So you make sure if you want to fight them, you do it over your spawn. And that was actually my last kill there. From now on, we're pretty much going to be dogfighting. So I'm flying out here and the stealth jet comes straight towards me, shoots his passives, and I have no ECM, so I cop all that damage. And it's about to go really, really bad, guys. So somehow I managed to even out the dogfight, and the way I did that was using the pitch down. It actually negates the mobility hit if you put your nose down instead of up. So we're still in it really here, but he's going to start hitting me. He's got the stealth jet, and I try to mess with my speed here to make him overshoot, and more importantly, bait for my teammate, so our stealth jet can get the kill here, hopefully. But unfortunately, that's how I'm going to end up dying, and I don't really die, I just swim back to spawn, but that's the end of the gameplay, so I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you want to see more Battlefield 4, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.